It's New Gadget Day! Well, New Gadget Day is Friday, but my name is Falcone, and I've got 2 brand new gadgets to show you. Does this line up? No. 2 brand new gadgets to show you. I'm gonna waste no more time. Let's jump into it. Let's start with Brock. Brock's new gadget is called Rocket Fuel. Brock's next attack is a mega rocket. It's bigger, it's faster, it explodes with a bigger radius, and deals twice the damage that his regular attack does. Now, this is absolutely insane. When I found out that Brock was getting a new gadget, my initial thought was, oh, but Rocket Jump is so good. Why would I want to not use that? Well, this is a pretty compelling argument, to be honest. Honestly, there isn't all that much nuanced stuff I've got to say about this one. It breaks walls. Now, that is pretty important. Obviously, in games like Brawl Ball, in Siege, you know, if you can blow a hole in the enemy wall so the Siege bot can walk through. But again, all of this is stuff that Brock could already do. What I want to point out about this gadget is because you can use this, you're not going to have to rely on your super so much for destroying walls, which means if you want to, you can use this gadget to destroy the walls and then focus on using your super to deal damage to enemy brawlers. Worth noting, unlike the super, you can't target grassy areas with this gadget. So if you want to use your super to destroy some grass, I guess that's something the super can do that this can't. That seems pretty fringe, honestly. But ultimately, Rocket Fuel seems extremely strong. Of course, one of the other major points about Rocket Fuel is that it deals twice your regular damage. That's going to be 3,080 damage up from 1,540, and 3,080 damage is a lot. Just ask B. In fact, on that note, Brock, with the new gadget, kind of has a lot of B's upside without loads of the down. Brock has a little more health than B, but unlike B, you can actually pop the gadget immediately and actually fire a powerful shot straight away. You could also do as B does and fire a regular shot and then fire a powered up shot. Again, sharing a lot of these upsides. The fact that the rocket is a little bit faster as well can catch enemies off guard, but it does mean you're going to have to practice with it a little bit. You don't want to be missing these shots with the gadget. I guess that's the downside, is that every time you miss one of these powered up shots, it's going to feel pretty bad. Unlike B, where it still sometimes feels a little bad, but if you're using the star power insta-B load, then it doesn't feel quite so bad because you get another attempt. With Brock, you get 3 of these in the game, and that's it. But that's the gist of it. I think the main takeaway from this is that A, it's this extra utility. You can destroy a wall if you're ever in desperate need to. It can be great for setting up shots in Brawl Ball. But the main thing I take away is that 3 times in a game, Brock can now deal a lot of damage immediately. Obviously, this can come in handy against the enemy Safe or Ike in Heist or Siege. Again, trying to deal as much damage as possible very quickly, or against the enemy Siege bot, this can come in very handy and could clutch out a win or 2. But that is Rocket Fuel. What do you think of Rocket Fuel? Let's talk about that in the comments. But now, let's move on to the second gadget. And this is going to be Carl's second gadget, Flying Hook. Carl's next attack makes his pickaxe pull him to the farthest point of the attack. Now, Carl's first gadget, Heat-to-Heat Ejector, is very strong, especially when combined with a super. But Flying Hook just seems insane to me. Carl is already one of the more maneuverable brawlers, given how much distance he can get with his super. But now, with this extra way of moving around the battlefield, Carl has a lot of options. The way I see it, there are 3 major purposes for Carl's new gadget. You can use it offensively, defensively, or to get to an otherwise inaccessible area of the map. See, Carl's attack does go over the rope fences and over bodies of water, which means Carl's gadget will take Carl over water and over rope fences. So Carl can very much appear out of nowhere and cause some surprise chaos. Carl can also use this gadget aggressively to grab that first star in Bounty, to grab some gems sitting in the center of the map in Gem Grab, a little bit like you can use Colette's super to do, or just to attack another brawler. I would recommend having Protective Pirouette turned on in the star power menu. If you're going to use it aggressively, maybe, you know, use a regular attack into the gadget to launch Carl to your opponent, into the super to try and wreak as much chaos as possible. Protective Pirouette is going to help you stay alive in those situations. But this is genuinely a very effective use of Carl's toolkit. he can now be aggressive and appear out of nowhere and cause a ton of damage to you. By the same vein, he can be used defensively for the same reason. Do you want to get away with some gems, with some bolts in Siege? Maybe you need to get back to your own goal as quickly as possible to stop the enemy from scoring in Brawl Ball. Well, Flying Hook is going to help you out with that one too. See, again, this is where Carl being so maneuverable comes in handy. You could pick up some gems and then use Flying Hook instantly to get away from the gem spawn. A little bit like Surge's teleport, but it does go a little bit further. Not only that, but you could then use your super after that to start spinning to get even further away from your opponents. Honestly, I think Flying Hook makes Carl a particularly good gem carrier because Carl can get out of there really fast. Honestly, there are so many uses of Carl's gadget. I think out of these two gadgets revealed today, I would put Carl's as my personal favorite, but they are both looking very strong to me. Now, we're looking at seeing these gadgets in the next update, but they may or may not release this week. Don't forget, there's two gadgets that we revealed last week, Nita and Sprouts, that haven't been added to the game yet. Once again, head on over to the official Brawl Stars Twitter account, and you can vote for which is your favorite gadget. I'm going to vote for Carl's this week because I'm really excited, so hashtag Team Carl there, but vote for whichever one is your favorite, whether it's Carl's, whether it's Brock's, or one of the ones revealed last week's, Nita's or Sprouts. Make sure you do go and vote. Last week, we saw Daryl's gadget, and we saw Bee's gadget added to the game, and Bee's has been absurd. Let's be real. Bee's has been really absurd. Do you think that Brock or Carl's gadgets are as strong as Bee's? Let me know in the comments. Guys, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and write me a little comment. All of these things help so much. I've only just started this Brawl Stars channel. We've already hit 100 subscribers. We're going to aim for 200 next. We can do it. Last thing, don't forget you can use creator code Falcone in the in-game shop, and that supports me financially at no extra cost to yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep on brawling.